Hello. Happy day. Happy day. I'm Reverend Kimberley Harrell, and I am here with you tonight for Chakras and Energy Healing. Chakras and Energy Medicine. So we've started this chakra series. It's called Chakras for Beginners. I started it in January, and we've had a different subject each and every month. And you've been joining me here via live stream since we have entered into this day and times of COVID-19. Before that, we were having it right here, physically present on the First Unity Spiritual Campus. So now you get the pleasure of joining me in my office. So right here we are in my office for this class, Chakras and Energy Healing. And I do have to tell you that tonight I have a little bit of a different setup. Usually I have my computer right in front of me, and I'm sitting here talking to you, looking at my computer. But tonight we have a little bit of different setup with an external mic and a camera and some lights, and wow. I feel like we have really gone global, and we have here at First Unity Spiritual Campus. During this time, we have adapted and changed to the environment, to nature, to what's going on in the world. There's a virus that we've all had to adapt to, and we've all made changes in our life. We all take precautions as necessary, and then we are coming together in different ways. And one of those ways is we are coming together for this class via live stream. And I am super excited to be with you here tonight. I have my notes right up here, over here on this side. And I have some things over here. So I might be looking all around because I'm not used to this setup, and I'm trying to adjust and get used to it. So we're going to have a couple of hours for me to get used to it and adapt to it. And it's hard to see that little bitty circle where I'm supposed to be looking. So I'm looking right at you. So I'm working with that and going with the flow. So let's go with the flow. So tonight's class is Chakras and Energy Healing. We have had chakras and crystals, chakras and colors, basic chakras for beginners. We've had chakras and food. We've had chakras in your emotions, chakras in your physical body. So we have really been studying the chakra system and our energy system throughout this entire year with a different class each month. And tonight's Chakras and Energy Healing. So if you're new to energy healing and the term energy medicine, let's just go over kind of the basics of what that is and what that entails for you. And then we'll get into specifics about our chakras and what we can do with our own chakras to create more vibrant, good health in our life. Because that's what it's all about, isn't it? Bringing happiness and good health into our world every day. And we can do that when we allow that divine life force energy to flow freely without restriction through our body. Because the world is made up of energy. Everything in this world is made up of energy. And you, your body, you are made up of energy. And that energy flows, it changes, and as it does, it also interacts with the energy around us. So it is always in our greatest and highest and best interest to be in harmony and to be in balance with the energies around us. So that's what tonight's class is all about. And I might refer to my notes because sometimes I get far afield and get off track. And I don't want to do that. So, energy healing. What is energy healing all about? You know, it's been around since the beginning of time. Cultures from all over the world have recognized and acknowledged energy, that we are energy, that we are vibration, and that everything on this earth vibrates and is energy. And everything on this earth vibrates, and some things at a similar frequency and some things at a different frequency. And we tend to resonate with things that are vibrating at a frequency in and around our own frequency. And so they're all different modalities of energy healing. You have sound healing, drums and gongs and flutes and guitars and voices. Beautiful sound healing, toning, meditation from the monks and toning. That would be sound healing, a form of energy healing. And there are so many different modalities of energy healing. There are crystal bowls that are also a form of vibrational and sound healing. You have tuning forks. You have practitioners that work with tuning forks. The tuning forks are all at different frequencies, and they might place the tuning fork out of a specific frequency on a particular chakra or on a particular part of your body. Then there is healing by touch. Energy healing, where we manipulate energy through the touch of a hand, the touch. There's breath work and energy healing through breath work. There's acupuncture. Acupuncture is a form of energy healing. And the acupuncturist uses those needles, those metal needles, to stimulate and motivate the energy to flow in a particular way through particular meridians in your body. And that's how acupuncture works. Similarly, with a Reiki master using their hands to divine where the energy should be, where it needs to be, and the energy will always flow where it is needed. So let's go back a moment to the fact that cultures all over the world and throughout time have used energy healing, medicine men, medicine women, and shamans. So present day energy healers operate in much the same way. It's just that our ancestors valued energy healing more than we do today because it's what they had. It is what they had. Today we have the wonderful advantages of Western medicine as well as Eastern medicine. We have traditional Western medicine, but then we can always complement it with complementary medicine modalities. And energy healing is considered a complementary modality. So the power to heal. Each and every person that is created has been given that divine power to heal. We all have it. It's within you because God is within you. The sacred divine, that higher wisdom, that higher intelligence, that collective consciousness. It is within you. It is a part of you. And it gives you the power to heal. We all have the power to heal ourselves. And energy healers have the amazing ability to empower you to connect with that ability within you to heal yourself. Isn't that amazing and wonderful? We all have it, and sometimes we might need to see someone who helps us realize that and puts us in tune with that. That's why when we are Reiki practitioners, when you're first learning Reiki, you are attuned to the energy. It's there, and you innately have the ability and the knowledge somewhere back there in that DNA knowledge. You have the knowledge, but sometimes we need to be tuned to it. We need to be opened up to it, be receptive to it in order to receive it, in order to allow it to flow through our physical body and through our energy body without restriction. And that is the beauty and the simplicity of energy healing. Energy healing is there, and it is available to everyone. and we all have the ability to utilize it. It's just that we have to be open. We have to be receptive to connect with it. A great way to connect with our own energy and to facilitate that energy healing is with meditation. Meditation and breath work are a beautiful way to connect to that energy healing. Now I'm gonna be taking my hand up and down, so I hope it won't be distracting for anybody, so that I can refer to my notes. So, the power to heal, it's very real, and it's right there. And some of the greatest and best known healers in the world attract followers and attract people to them. Jesus Christ was a beautiful and wonderful energy healer. He performed miracles of healing because he was so tapped into that energy, and he could attune you to the energy. He could attune the people he encountered to that energy and allowing that energy to flow so freely. There are a lot of world famous energy healers throughout the world from the beginning of time, and people flock to them to go to for healing. Just like in today's world, everybody goes to see that greatest and most renowned cardiologist if they're having a heart issue, and maybe they go to a pulmonologist. They go to the best. So the same thing with energy healing. But the beauty and the wonder and the amazing thing about energy healing is we can all do it. We all have that ability to heal ourselves. We just have to allow it. We simply allow. So develop your innate capacity, your innate ability. It's already there. You just need to connect with it, acknowledge it, be aware of it. And you can bring healing into your life. Because when we connect with that divine creator energy, and we connect and we allow, we become in balance. And when we are in balance and when we are in harmony, our body heals. Western doctors always tell you to go home and get plenty of rest. They tell you that because it is a proven fact that our human body heals when it's at rest. When we're all stressed out, when we've got those stress hormones pumping through our body, we cannot heal. It blocks healing because we are stressed, we are fearful, we are anxious. But when we relax and we rest and we just allow that divine life force energy to flow through us without restriction, that's when the healing happens. Western doctors know that, as well as energy healers and Eastern medicine practitioners know that we all have to find that place of peace and calm in order to allow healing into our body. So most energy healing modalities will be primarily about relaxation. And it's amazing how the Western medicine system, the insurance system that we all get ruled by, when you go to the doctor might prescribe something for you, not because it's the best thing for you, but it's because the energy companies have told them, the insurance companies have told them, this is what we believe is the best thing for that, and so therefore that's what you need to prescribe for that. So when we allow our innate ability of knowing to settle in, we take that deep breath in And you know, when you're stressed, when you're flying around and you're stressed, got those stress hormones going, that very first deep breath in and exhale, it feels so good because our body says, oh, it's time to relax. And in that relaxation is where you're going to find the healing to take place in your body. So in order to connect with that innate ability that we all have to heal, we have to get to that place of relaxation. And the Western insurance companies and doctors recognize that, and now your insurance company, or a lot of insurance companies, will pay for a Reiki session. They don't call it an energy healing session. They call it a relaxation session. And that's how the insurance companies have decided they'll pay for that, because relaxation is healing. It's the way you can heal. So check with your insurance company and see, because Blue Cross and Blue Shield and a lot of insurance companies are now covering Reiki sessions on their insurance will pay, because they call it a relaxation session, and they know that relaxation heals the body. It's powerful. It's powerful. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about our chakra system. But so when we are talking about our chakra system, we have 1 through 7, 1 being our root, and then we go all the way up to 7 for our crown. So we have our root chakra. Our root chakra is all about that safety and security. It's all about our home base. Whether we're safe and secure. Do we feel safe and secure? Are we safe and secure in where we live, and that we have a home, and that we have food on the table, and that we aren't out there struggling like our early ancestors, struggling every minute of the day, wondering where the next meal's coming from. So that would totally be in our root chakra, all that safety and security around our housing and our food, and even where we live. And are we settled in that? Or are we thinking we might need to live somewhere else in the country? Then we have our sacral chakra, which is up around our hip, above, between our hips and our navel. Our sacral chakra, it's all about our sexual energy, and it's all about our creative energy. So it's that, it's also that get her done energy, that strong fire energy right there in our sacral chakra. Then coming up, we have our solar plexus, that's between our navel and our heart. Our solar plexus is bright yellow, and our solar plexus is all about our willpower. It's our will center. It's our I am center. Who are you? What is your purpose? That's our solar plexus energy. Then we have our heart chakra right there in the center of our chest. And our heart chakra is all about love and compassion and connecting with each other, with the people in our life, in love and in compassion. And are we connecting with ourself in love and compassion? Are we being good to ourselves? Are we taking good self-care measures? That's our heart chakra. Then we have our throat chakra, and our throat chakra is all about our communication. It's our voice. Our voice, maybe not just our physical, vocal sound, physical voice that we use for talking, but also our voice we use for singing, our body movements we use in dance. It's our expression. How are we expressing ourselves? We are a divine individual creation and expression of divine energy. And how are we expressing that to the world? How are we communicating that to the world? That's our throat chakra. And when we get into talking about the throat chakra, you'll hear me say speaking your truth a lot. And when I say speaking your truth, I'm not just talking about verbally speaking. I'm talking about walking the talk, being who you believe yourself to be. And then next we have our sixth chakra is our third eye chakra, right up here behind our eyes. And our third eye is all about our creativity and our intuition. It is our sixth chakra, and it is our sixth sense. So that's our third eye. It's our dream world, our visualization world as well. And then we have our crown chakra right up there at the tip top of our head, our crown chakra. Some people say, well, where exactly is it? Kind of if you've ever been around a newborn baby, that little soft spot right in the top of their head, right there. That is our connection to our divine creator. It is our energy connection to higher wisdom, our energy connection to the collective consciousness, right there in our seventh chakra, our crown chakra. And then we have, so those were our 7 major chakras that I just went through quickly, and we're going to go back to them, so don't worry. Those are our 7 major energy centers. And know that we have hundreds of energy points, energy centers in our body. If you've ever been in a chiropractor's office or an acupuncturist office and you've seen the chart of the human body with the guy like this, and you've seen all those energy meridians, those little skinny lines, and some lines thicker and some skinnier, running throughout that human body, and then little points on it where maybe needle points for an acupuncturist. Those are all little chakras. Those are all little energy centers, energy intersections where our energy is flowing and intersecting, and where we can have restrictions and blockages that cause us to be uncomfortable, that cause us to have disease, that make us uneasy or allow dis-ease in our body. And if we hold on to it long enough, it actually manifests as a disease in our body. So those are what we talk about when we're talking about chakras. They're swirling energy centers with swirling vortexes of energy that flow out in every direction. They flow out to the front, out to the back, over to each side. They flow up and they flow down. They flow like little tornadoes, little energy tornadoes, energy vortexes coming out, spiraling out. And as they spiral out, they get bigger and bigger. And our energy intersects with the energy of the other people around us, and with the things around us, and the places around us. And so that is what our chakra system and our energy system is, and our energy body. And we're going to go over those again in more detail, each one individually, after we talk a little bit about just in general energy healing and energy medicine. And if you notice, I'm finding a hard time concentrating on where it is I'm supposed to look. When I'm on my computer, it's pretty easy. I just look straight forward because the camera's right there in front of you. This one's offset a little bit to the side, so I find myself looking straight forward, but then I'm not sure if I'm looking straight forward for you. So thanks for joining us, and bear with me. I'll get used to this new system, and because it's supposed to be better. And so let me know in your comments or messages. You can private message me and let me know if the sound was better, if the picture was better, if you liked it better, or if you like going back to the computer. I can always do that too. But this is supposed to be a great little system. So bear with me as I get used to it, and not having my notes on my computer here. I've got them over to the side, so sometimes I might look away, and just to make sure I'm keeping on track. So we talked about medicine people and shamans, because our ancestors, that's who they had for doctors. They didn't have somebody who had been to Harvard Medical School to go to, or somebody that had been to Stanford or whatever, East Tennessee State University Medical School. They had their shaman and medicine person. And shamans and medicine people came in different varieties. You had the people that were like my grandmother, that were healers, that used herbs and practical common sense medicine. She knew herbs, she knew plants, she knew what was good for this and what was good for that, and what you needed if you were suffering an earache, and what you needed if you had a sore throat. And so they knew herbs. They knew the plants. They were very in tune with the plants. And plants are energy. They're vibrating, and they become medicine for somebody that's knowledgeable and can tell you, oh, you need a dandelion root tree tea for that, or you need some golden seal for that. That was my grandmother's catch-all. And if you've ever had golden seal, you know it's a little bit bitter, but it was the Cherokee people appreciate and know golden seal to be a cure-all for a lot of things, because it is an antiseptic, it is a natural antibiotic, and my grandmother swore by it, and so I was raised up being treated with golden seal for a lot of different ailments. So you have medicine women or medicine men who are very knowledgeable in plants and herb medicine. And so you might go to them if you cut yourself and you had an injury that they were going to heal with herbs and a poultice, and that's an old-timey word that you may not have heard recently, but herbs and a poultice and a wrapped around your injury to heal it. So they were healers. They were energy healers. And then you had the shaman. And a shaman was a little bit different in that a shaman would connect. The shaman is the bridge between the spirit world and the physical world. So the shaman would use spirit guides who sometimes might be with them all the time, and then some different shamans might have to go into a trance state through meditation in order to connect with those energy spirit leaders and guides. So shamans came in different varieties, as well as medicine men and women came in different varieties, and different tribes called them by different names. So there wasn't ever just one that was good for everybody. So, in the Cherokee tradition, we didn't call our healers shamans, mostly medicine man or medicine woman. So a lot of shamans would also have dreams and visions, or maybe send you out on a vision quest. They would send young people out on a vision quest. When they were going through adolescence, they would send them out on their vision quest to find their spirit animal or their spirit connection. They would come back and tell the shaman one-on-one what they experienced during that, and the shaman would interpret it for them and sometimes give them their spirit shield, which was a shield made of leather that the shaman would have painted a personal symbol for that person, and then some spiritual symbols personally individualized for that person, and that would be their spirit shield. So a warrior might go out into battle with a physical shield that would deflect arrows coming at them, and then a spirit shield that would be tied to the mane of their horse that would be protecting their spirit, protecting their soul, and calling in their spirit guides and their spirit animals to protect them in this hunt or this battle or whatever they were going, if they were just going out for an afternoon. So shamans came in different flavors, if you will. They were different, and medicine people were different, and they all had their own unique and special talents, just like the energy healers you will find in today's world. You'll find an energy healer who might be a Reiki master, and then that person might also work with crystals. So you might have a Reiki master like me, who is a Reiki master. I teach Reiki, I teach other people energy healing, and then I'm also a certified crystal healer, so I almost always use crystals in my healing. So you can have, and then you would have someone who uses crystal bowls and toning, and you might have someone who uses tuning forks, and you might have someone who's an acupuncturist who uses acupuncture needles. You might have an herbologist who uses herbs and herb teas and has a beautiful apothecary of herbal remedies and supplements. And and the wonderful thing today is you can find those even in your grocery store. Even at the grocery store, you can go and they have a section with herbal teas, and then you can read on the box a lot of times what they're good for. And in the beautiful digital world we have today of Google, you can Google it. So if you have an ailment, a digestive ailment or some other kind of ailment, you can Google that with herbal tea, and it will tell you that there's an herbal tea that's great for that, and you can go get it. You don't have to have studied for 10 years and 20 years and have that, and you don't have to necessarily have a shaman. The information is right there for you, and so accessible and so easy to get to. You don't have to be an expert to know and to find the information. Now, I caution people, though, when you Google something, don't always just go with one. Always get three. Always get three opinions of what something is and what something is good for, and make sure it's the consensus all the way around. Don't just go on it that you saw it once and so that's it. I mean, don't do that. Don't do that. You'll find yourself in a world of hurt that way. And I'm not saying that energy healing is the end all be all, and that if you have a disease or an illness that you should only go to energy healing. I'm saying use it in complement with your Western medicine. So if you go to a Western doctor and see your Western doctor about something, you can ask them, and they will sometimes tell you about complementary medicine. I performed Reiki on someone who had a broken bone once, and they had been to their orthopedic surgeon about it, had surgery, and then they came to me and said, would you do Reiki? So we had a couple of Reiki sessions, and they went back to their doctor for a follow-up visit, because you have a follow-up at 2 weeks, and then you probably have one at 4 weeks, and then you have one at 6 weeks. So they went back for their follow-up, and they immediately took the x-rays, and the doctor came in and said, well, I'm a little bit confused here, because your healing is beyond the point it should be at this time. So the doctor, who's performed hundreds of this exact same surgery, knows exactly where on day 7 and day 14 and day 30 your healing tends to be, because they've seen so many, and they see the x-rays and the MRIs, and they know exactly what point the healing should be on day what. So he said, your healing is a little far advanced for this surgery, and I'm curious what you've been doing. And she said, well, I went to someone and they've been doing Reiki on me. And he said, well, what is this Reiki? I've never heard of it. So she called me, and so the doctor invited me to come with her for her next appointment. So her next checkup, I went into the doctor, and you know how doctors are. Doctors will come in and see you for about 10 minutes and then go away. We sat in there for over an hour with him picking my brain about what is Reiki and what is it and how do you do it, because he saw the results. So it wasn't like somebody talked him into it and said, oh, this Reiki, it's wonderful. He saw the results first and said, what gave you these results? And then he was open-minded enough to listen to, and he's an award-winning sports medicine orthopedic surgeon, and he was open-minded enough to listen and curious enough to want to know, what is this Reiki you speak of? And we had a wonderful time, and we've had a couple of conversations since then. And he said, can I find a seminar and go to? I said, oh, absolutely. Just Google it. You'll find one near or somewhere you might want to go visit and go to. And so I always love those interactions when I can interact with a Western medicine doctor and let them know about Reiki or know about energy healing, and they are open and receptive because they've seen the results, so they know it worked. They know something happened different with this patient than 99 other patients, and they want to know what this patient did different to create that advanced healing. And yay, that's such an exciting time for me to go consult with a Western medicine doctor in a situation like that. So what conditions can be treated through energy healing? What could you expect to have happen with energy healing? Well, energy healing, physical. You can have physical healing in your body, just like we said before. You have all those energy meridians. Your body is a superhighway of energy currents flowing through. You know, people throughout history have understood that that invisible force, that invisible energy is flowing through us, and it can create a healing pathway if we let it. So you can cure and treat serious illnesses as well as just headaches. You can cure headaches. You can alleviate a headache from lying down, getting in tune and in touch with your energy, relaxing and allowing that energy to flow freely without restriction, and before you know it, that headache is gone. So it can promote energy healing, and allowing yourself to be open and receptive to energy healing can allow you to boost your immune system and create a sense of overall wellness in your body, because you will find that you are in harmony and you are in balance with the energies within you and the energy around you. And then your body says, it's just like it takes that deep breath in and exhales and relaxes. So then also mental. You know, you see a triangle a lot, and a lot of people will mind, body, spirit, you know, it's a triangle. So any one side of the triangle crumbles and the other two suffer because they're no longer whole and complete. So energy healing addresses the complete person, mind, body, and spirit. So energy healing can also be used for mental clarity. Your mind is literally an energy processor. That's what our brain is. Our mind is. We're processing energy all the time. So allow yourself to just be with that flow. Those little electrical impulses that are coming from your nervous system, from your brain, is controlling. It sends information throughout your whole body and can allow for healing. You can release roadblocks and restrictions of energy by meditation, by relaxing, by doing a Reiki session and relaxing the energy and allowing the energy to flow through your body. You can develop a success mentality that steers you to abundance in all things, financial, physical, to abundance in your professional life, abundance in your personal relationships with people. You can use energy healing to let go of negativity, to let go of negative energies that you have been holding on to, and they have manifested as a physical ailment or a physical disease in your body, and as a mental ailment, and it causes anxiety and depression. You can use energy healing to just release it and let it go once and for all, and let it go, and let that fear be conquered. Let that anxiousness, that's something that it is for you, because we all have it, something that causes you to be anxious and uncertain. But through energy healing, we can come to a place where we are in harmony and in balance, and we release and let go, and we allow. And when we come to that place, we allow healing. So we've gone over physical and mental and now emotional. So there's emotional healing that can happen through energy healing. Your emotions are not random. They're sometimes reactive to the environment, sometimes reactive to your thoughts, and sometimes reactive to the people in our lives. Sometimes they're just reactive to our own anxiety. So our emotional healing can come when we allow. We can allow energy healing to ease the pain of depression, to ease that anxiety, to let go, to release and let go. Sometimes we have to bring it back up. If we've gone through some trauma, we have to bring it up. We have to bring it up. We have to hold on to it for just a moment, because we have to hold it to let it go. And then once we bring it up, hold it, and let it go, we can allow the energy to flow. And when the energy flows, we're in harmony and balance, and we resonate and become healthy because we are allowing good health in our body. So what other kind of healing can happen with energy healing? Spiritual healing. So as you harness the power of energy, harness that power of energy medicine and energy healing, you will feel stronger. You will feel clearer. You will feel more joyful. You will feel more present with yourself. And you will be more present with the other people in your life. And you will find that you are giving life a deeper sense of purpose and meaning. And then that can become unshakable, because now you're clear. You are clear. We allow our natural intuition to lead us and guide us when we are allowing the energy to flow. We allow our intuition to just be. Because we sometimes know things that we don't know how we know it. We just know we know it. We know we know it. We know we know it. It's just somewhere innate within us. Either it's our DNA knowledge that was given to us by our ancestors, and we just have to allow it to bubble up, to come up. Or maybe it's just a knowing we have deep in our heart, and we just have to allow it and let it come up. And then we have to open ourselves up and allow ourselves to be connected to our divine creator in such a way that we know that that divine creator resides right there within us in our heart center. And then we affirm and acknowledge and know that that same divine creator is right there in each and every other person we encounter. And then we come together and we say, Namaste. I see you. I acknowledge you. I love you. And it is in that love that we will find the greatest healing of all. So harness your unseen connections. Harness it. Harness that unseen connection to each and every person, and allow it to energize you. And that is a great, wonderful, and amazing gift of energy healing and energy medicine. So, I just love this. So, what are some of the top reasons why you would want to try energy healing in the first place? So like I said before, energy healing are generally, most all energy healing modalities are modalities that bring about relaxation, stress reduction. So if all you get from energy healing is relaxation and stress reduction, what a wonderful improvement you have made in your life. You have allowed relaxation. I've had one long-time client that is a professional woman, a hard charger, and she comes to see me at least every other week. And she said, well, you know, it's a shame, Kimberly, that I have to schedule time just to come and relax. But she doesn't allow herself that self-care in her everyday life, because she is always so busy and so hard charging that she has to put it on her schedule to come and relax. But she does it because she recognizes the benefit. She recognizes what it does for her. That time to relax, that time to de-stress, that time to recharge. We all need it. So if that's the only reason you turn to energy medicine, it's a powerful reason. It's a powerful reason. Energy medicine can also save lives. I've seen it happen with people. And using energy medicine in complement with Western medicine, you just have the best of both worlds. You do. So don't hesitate to try out energy healing. Try it out. And the beauty of it is you don't have to go try it out with somebody else. You can try it out all by yourself. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit, how you can just do it for yourself. And, that's what Reiki Level 1 is all about. Learning what energy healing is and learning to do it on yourself. So this is not going to be a Level 1 Reiki certification class or anything, but I do those. So if you want to do one of those, you can contact me. But tonight we're going through the basics. This is Chakras for Beginning, and we're talking about energy healing and energy medicine. But so what energy healing can do for you? It can heal almost anything, because our mind, that God mind, and our heart, when we really connect to that divine energy and we allow it to flow, we are healed. And, if you don't have this book, I highly suggest Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. It's a beautiful book, wonderful book. And that's how she tells you, you can heal your life. You can heal your life. And it's a beautiful book. She was a beautiful woman. I love that I had the opportunity to have a couple of chats with her in person. But a beautiful mentor and a beautiful teacher, and wonderful. So I always recommend her books. Every class and talk I do about energy healing, I recommend her books. So meditation is another way for energy healing. So know that top reason, energy healing can heal almost anything if you allow it. And it's a great way to relax. And if that's your takeaway, that you can relax and de-stress, then that's a beautiful takeaway. Another reason to get involved with energy healing and to learn a little bit about energy healing is that you are a healer. Our ancestors knew that. They were able to do that. They were able to heal themselves because, just quite frankly, they had to. They didn't have somebody that gone to Harvard and got a stamp, an MD behind their name to say that, okay, they can heal you. They had to heal themselves because that's what they had. And my grandmother, who was Cherokee, she was a healer, and she, taught us all from the time we could walk and talk to go out to the creek and pull some peppermint leaves and chew on them. If we had a headache or if we had an upset tummy, she'd go out there and get you some peppermint leaves. But now be careful. Because she also said, anytime you're at the creek and you smell peppermint, be watchful for snakes, because snakes will be in that area where the peppermint is. So, she always told us, be careful, but go down there and get you a couple of peppermint leaves and chew on them. So, that's a perfect tea. Didn't have to make no peppermint tea. I just chewed on leaves for a little bit. And loved it too, and had good breath. So there you go. Another side effect of energy healing. But my grandmother, she was that medicine woman that used herbs. She used herbs and loved her flowers and loved all things tropical too. So there's another conversation that I have when I'm doing the goddess class, because I think my grandmother was also descendant from some of the Caribbean tribes, because the Cherokee people were always traveling and taking in people from other tribes and exchanging people. And so I think that my grandmother also had some of that, because although she had never really been very far out of maybe a 300-mile circumference of where she was born, she loved all things tropical. She loved passion fruit. She loved mango. She loved bright, beautiful tropical colors. She had a hibiscus bush in her yard that I'd never seen another one, because I lived in the mountains of East Tennessee where it gets very cold in the winter. But my mama kept that hibiscus bush alive because she would empty the ash from her wood stove around the roots of that hibiscus tree throughout the winter. That kept the root system warm and kept that hibiscus live, and it became quite a big bush. I mean, like 10 foot wide and 10 foot tall, and it was huge. And then now that I live in Florida and I have hibiscus all over my yard, in memory of my grandmother, I remember her working so diligently and so hard to keep that hibiscus. But she also made hibiscus tea for us too. So it was also medicinal that she kept that hibiscus, but she loved her tropical flowers. Also, energy healing, another reason. Energy healing will boost your spiritual development, because as you become more connected to the energy that is within you, that energy that is within you, it is the divine life force energy. And as you become more connected to it and more aware of it, that's the secret, becoming aware of it. When you are aware of it and you allow the energy to flow without restriction, you are allowing that energy to flow through you. You can't help but become more spiritually connected to our divine creator, because you are more connected to that energy, and you become clear and more free of your ego, and you become clear and more connected to the collective consciousness. So you can't help but reach a higher state of awareness when you become aware of energy healing, and you become aware of your own personal energy and how it's flowing through you. And when you do, you will become more and more aware of the restrictions and the blockages that you allow. Because when there are restrictions and blockages, know that you put them there. Because our natural state of being is perfect health. We were created to be here in perfect health. So if we are allowing that divine life force energy to flow through us freely and without restriction, our body can't help be but in balance and harmony and in good health. But when we experience trauma, when we experience fear, when we experience anger, when we experience anxiety, when we experience something negative, we hold on to that. And when we hold on to it, we create a restriction in our energy flow. And when we create a restriction in our energy flow, we are starting to cause discomfort and dis-ease in our body. And when we hold on to it and we pack it in deeper, we hold that hurt in deeper. We don't deal with it, because the natural thing is to deal with it and then let it go. But when we hold on to it, and then we start even deciding that's who we are, we make it deeper. We make that restriction a blockage. And then that's when it will show up as a disease in our body, when we totally block that energy flow through a chakra or through an energy point. Right there, near and around that in our physical body, we will have something pop up, a disease, an ailment, and we have to go off to that Western doctor and say, what's going on? And he's going to give you some medicine. But if you would just allow that energy to flow, you can heal yourself. You can heal yourself. So go on to that Western doctor and get his advice and his medicine. But then go home and complement it with some energy healing and some energy medicine. Allow that energy to flow. And I promise you, one of the side benefits of energy healing and energy medicine in your life is that you are going to be happier. You are going to be healthier. You are going to be more connected to yourself and to others and to your divine source. So you can't help but be happier. That's what's going to come from it. So we talked about the 7 chakras. So what are the importance of the 7 chakras? So I've got some notes here for you, so I don't, because I can get off on a tangent just like you've already seen. But each chakra represents an aspect of our higher consciousness. Each chakra is related to a different part of our physical body. Each chakra is related to a different part of our emotional body. Just like we've already had the courses, chakras and food, feed your chakra, we talked about that foods, that when we find that we have an imbalance in a chakra, we can eat particular foods that might match the color of that chakra to help bring that chakra back in balance, to allow that energy to flow through that chakra. We might choose to use a crystal of the color of that chakra that would vibrate at a frequency, vibrate at a particular vibration that resonates with us, that allows that chakra energy center to open up and allow the restriction to just fall away. So, but as a system, those 7 major chakras and then all the hundreds of little chakras integrates our mind, body, spirit into a beautiful system. And at a basic level, our health is dependent upon that beautiful system and how it flows, how it all flows. So if you have, let's say you have a restriction in your heart chakra, maybe you have a heartbreak, maybe you had a situation happen in your life that broke your heart, and you're holding on to that hurt. You're not allowing yourself to experience the grief and then allowing it to just naturally move forward. You're holding it, and you're holding it, and you're holding it, and you're holding it. And you hold it to the point that it becomes a heaviness in your chest. And then you find that you're holding it to the point that you have created blockages in your arteries, your veins. You've created blockages which are causing your heart not to be able to work as well as it should. So when we work with energy healing and we use meditation and our other tools, and we bring up that issue, grief, heartbreak, whatever it might be, that's a heart-related issue, a heart chakra issue, we bring it up and we start working through it, and we start using kindness, and we start using compassion with ourself first, with ourself, and then we start using it with the other people around us, and even the situations we find ourselves in. Well, then our chest becomes lighter, and we can clear that restriction and clear that blockage and allow the energy to flow and allow our heart to become healthy once again. Because every cell within our human body rejuvenates. Every cell within our human body regenerates. And what once was unhealthy can become healthy if we just allow the energy to flow. So But go on to that medical doctor, go on to that cardiologist, and take the advice they give you. But also complement it with the energy healing. Complement it with energy medicine. You can't go wrong. And you'll unclog yourself. You'll help yourself to where you're no longer stagnant. So what can energy healing do? It can recharge you. If you do, let's say we do a chakra clearing meditation, a chakra clearing experience, and we allow that energy to flow. And maybe you have a blockage, maybe you have a restriction, but we do a chakra clearing meditation and a chakra clearing experience, and the energy flows more freely. I'm not saying that the first time and one time you're going to totally clear it. You might, but it might need to come back again. You know, you might need to do another one. You might need to do another chakra clearing meditation. And then allow that energy to flow. And once you start doing that, you will be more aware of the energy flow. You will be more aware of that divine life force energy flowing through you without restriction. I promise you, you will. The more you experience it, the more you are aware of it, the more you will benefit from it. So practice energy healing. Practice it over and over and over and over, and it will become energy medicine. And you will be able to use meditation, and you will be able to use those other modalities we talked about. Sound healing, toning, crystal bowls, gongs. Oh, they're so beautiful, aren't they? You'll be able to use those as medicine. You will be able to allow the foods you eat to become medicine. You will allow the herbal teas you drink to become your medicine. Because those plants vibrate at a frequency. Those crystals vibrate at a frequency. This rose quartz vibrates at a frequency. It is a frequency that resonates with your heart chakra. So if you hold a rose quartz close to your heart chakra, they can resonate. They can tune in to each other. And if you're having an issue in your life that is a heart chakra issue, you might want to carry a piece of rose quartz with you. Now, I'm not saying you want to carry this sphere with you everywhere you go. You might want to get a small piece of rose quartz. You might want to get a piece of rose quartz jewelry and wear it. Because the jewelry we wear, the stones that we wear, influence us. They influence our energy flow. My wedding ring is an amethyst. So, peace and calm. This necklace that I chose to wear tonight, because we were doing this chakra class, is a clear quartz crystal that has the one of each chakra stone attached to it in the order that they are. So it's a chakra balancing necklace. Now, I'm not saying just wearing this necklace is going to balance your chakras, but it makes you mindful. Makes you mindful. And each of those little stones is resonating at a frequency, vibrating at a frequency. And my chakras are resonating with them. So there are so many tools, spiritual tools and actual physical tools that you can use in energy healing, that it's so exciting and so interesting. And when you delve into that world of energy healing and all the different modalities, it's a beautiful world. It is, and you are going to love it. You're going to find that it is very exciting. So I promised you that we were going to go back up through our 7 major chakras and talk a little bit more in depth with them about what they do, what they do, so what is it? So your chakra system, your 7 major chakras. The energy's flowing through your system. You know, we bring up that divine feminine energy up from the earth when we stand on the earth, and we ground ourselves. We ground ourselves on the earth, in the sand, at the beach, we ground ourselves. So when we ground ourselves in Mother Earth, we're bringing up that divine feminine energy up into our energy system. Up through, it first comes up into our root chakra, which is our first chakra, right down there in our pelvic region at the base of our spine. That's where our root chakra is centered. Now our chakras, like I told you, our chakras will, hold on just a second, because that said low battery and we're plugged in. So let me just check into why it's saying low battery. So I don't know. So I hope I'm not going to get cut off. So our chakra is, our root chakra is our first chakra right down there. We're pulling up that divine feminine energy. So there we are with our root chakra. And what is our root chakra all about? Our root chakra, it's red. Oh, beautiful red, vibrant red energy. And our root chakra is all about our safety, our security. It's all about our stability, commitment. It's all about our dedication. It's about our grounding. So that's our root chakra, all that. So safety, security, stability. Oh, right down there. You can feel it right down there. You're sitting on it. You know, right down there at the base of your spine, right in your perineum. That's where your root chakra is. So feel it if you want to. Wiggle around on it. Yeah, that's your root chakra. So the positive aspects of that are your safety, your security, your stability. I'm feeling strong and I'm feeling safe. What's happening if you should have a restriction or a blockage there? Maybe you're feeling a little anxious or fearful, or you actually feel some physical pain because of an imbalance in your root chakra. So it's good to keep that root chakra clear, because you want to keep it clear and balanced and let the energy flow so that we're feeling safe and secure. The organs and the physical organs around your body that will go along with that will be your teeth and your bones, your organs of elimination, because they're right down there in your root chakra area. The bottom of your feet, they're grounding to the earth. Your kidneys and your bladder, those are all parts of your body that can be affected if you allow an energy restriction or blockage in your root chakra. So your root chakra can become blocked by fear and by trauma. So if you've actually had physical trauma or an emotional trauma, that can block your root chakra. If you're feeling sluggish, eating disorders are generally indicative of a blockage in your root chakra. If you have panic attacks and anxiety attacks, if you feel worried a lot, if you're feeling disconnected from your body, you know, you're feeling a little floaty or a little disconnected, it means you're no longer grounded. You might need to do some grounding work. And grounding can be just as simple as walking outside and standing in the grass barefooted. And actually getting your feet in the dirt, get your feet in the grass, get your feet in the sand, ground. Because, you know, when we have the earth and we have the sky and we have electricity and lightning, all that negativity up in the air, it has to ground to the earth. It's grounded. We have to ground electrical systems to the earth and ground them. Well, our human body is a big old electrical system with electrical currents running through it. And we have to ground that. So when we ground to the earth, one of the reasons that is so beneficial is we are grounding that negative energy. We are allowing that negative energy to flow away from us and flow down into Mother Earth. So one of the ways to clear and balance your root chakra is to breathe in deeply and allow that breath to flow all the way down until you feel it down there at the base of your spine, at your perineum. And then see that energy as a ball of energy, like a softball size, softball size. See it as a ball of energy and let it turn red. And see that red energy there and allow that red energy to flow throughout that area of your body, and then let it expand out throughout the rest of your body. And then out into your energy system. See that energy. See that red energy, bright and red. And then breathe into it. Breathe into it more of that red energy. And see that red energy flowing. And let go of that fear. Let go of that trauma. Let go of it. You are safe and you are secure. Let go of it. An affirmation that you might use with a meditation, or if you use a mala is prayer beads where you say the meditation, and it's 108 beads generally, but not always, that you say the meditation, and that's one time around the mala. And you can say affirmations or prayers. I am always safe. I am always safe. I love my body. My home is safe and secure. I am financially secure. The universe will always provide for me. I allow abundance to flow into my life. I allow. And so those are wonderful ways to help clear a blockage in your root chakra. But for me, the best way is to ground, to get grounded, to go outside, stand in the grass, go outside, stand at the beach, walk at the beach. Clear that. Clear that negative energy. Let it just flow right on out of me into Mother Earth. So that's our root chakra, right down there. It's red, bright red. So our next chakra is our sacral chakra, going up. It's between our navel and our root chakra. So I say if you take your right hand and you take your thumb and place your thumb, put your hand like this and place your thumb in your navel. So put your hand like this and place your thumb over your navel. Right there where your pinky finger is now. That's your sacral chakra. Right there. Right there. So that sacral chakra is orange, bright orange. Woo! Bright orange. I'm a Tennessee girl, so I like that bright orange. So bright orange is your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is all about your sexual identity, your sexual energy, and it's also about your creative energy, your passionate, creative energy. So it's your sensuality, how you present your sexual self to the world. It's your emotional body as well. It's your creative power, your creativity. So the element that goes along with the sacral chakra is water, and that's not a surprise, is it? All of the female reproductive organs are right there in that area with our sacral chakra, and that's all to do with water and the water in our system, which is blood, and that's part of our sacral chakra. All of that, all of those reproductive organs, our bladders, our kidney. And now sometimes when you hear me say something is more than one chakra, it's because they're not totally isolated and independent. They work together and they're side by side. And as I told you, that energy that is flowing forward and backward and to each side and flowing up and flowing down, they overlap. So it's not surprising that in some of our areas, like our kidneys and our bladder, pertain to our root chakra and our sacral chakra both. And then as you go up, you're going to find that different parts of our body go with one or two chakras because they aren't isolated. Just like our body, you can't like cut out this piece and say, this is my chest, this is my heart center. It's connected. They're all connected. And all those systems, those beautiful systems, our cardiovascular system and our nervous system, all those systems that connect us. So stress and sexual hormones and our adrenal glands are also related to our sacral chakra. So that big bright orange energy has to do with all of that. So when we're dealing with our sacral chakra, water intake is essential to good health. So water intake, what is the correct amount of water to intake? It's half of your weight in ounces. So if you weighed 100 pounds, you would drink 50 ounces of water. If you weigh 200 pounds, you would drink 100 ounces of water. If you weigh 150, you would drink 75 ounces of water. So half of your weight in ounces is your correct amount of water intake for the day. For the day, not for the week, for the day. And we American humans, we people that live here in America, are some of the least hydrated people. A lot of us operate every day borderline dehydrated. And you can understand that from people that live in a country where they don't have clean, good water sources. But here in America, we have some of the best water sources in the world. There's not any place in America where you aren't close to a natural, clean water source. And now, we can buy water. You buy water at the grocery store. You can buy clean, clear water. It's accessible to us. So there is no excuse for being almost dehydrated, but we are. And if you're not drinking half your body weight in ounces, you are probably close to that dehydration zone. And that's one of the reasons that we have headaches a lot, because we don't have enough, where our bodies aren't hydrated well enough. And we can have blood pressure issues because we don't have enough water in our system. We aren't hydrating well. So make sure that you're hydrating well to keep your sacral chakra vibrant and healthy. Imbalance in our sacral chakra can cause you to have addictive and compulsive behaviors. An imbalance in your sacral chakra can also have you to have sexual dysfunction or sexual issues. It can also cause you to have a fear of change, a fear of things changing in your world. Can also cause you to have problems with your lower back. So if you're experiencing any of those issues, that might be a clue that you are imbalanced in your sacral chakra. So how do you get it balanced in your sacral chakra? Well, when we did the class on chakras and food, we talked about eating orange foods, carrots, and the root vegetables are good for both the root chakra and the sacral chakra. So carrots are a good orange food. Oranges, citrus fruits are a good orange food for the sacral chakra. Orange bell peppers, you can probably think of a lot more orange foods than I'm thinking of right now. But just make sure that you are eating a vibrant and colorful rainbow on your plate to help you be healthy. And when you have an imbalance in a particular chakra that you become aware of, because you become aware of the energy flowing through your system, and you become aware of a restriction or a resistance of the energy flow through a particular chakra, then eat foods in that color. And that will help to clear out those imbalances. Yep, sweet potatoes, that's a good one. All those root vegetables, those great and wonderful root vegetables are great for the sacral chakra and the root chakra. So beets and sweet potatoes and carrots and turnips and onions and all those beautiful root vegetables, radishes, are great for that. So, but always know that that's a good rule of thumb. Good rule of thumb when you're dealing with everything to do with our energy system and our chakra system. The colors are a good guidance. So when we're dealing with crystals, using the color crystal that resonates with the color of the chakra, using foods that resonate with the color of the chakra, using candles, if you like to, set the stage and create a relaxing atmosphere, use candles in that color. Just layer it up as many layers as you can. So some affirmations for your sacral chakra. So if you find yourself having some sacral chakra issues, one of my favorite ones is, I rejoice when others succeed. I am free of jealousy and envy. That's a great one for the sacral chakra. My mind is ever balanced. That's another one. I give myself to the flow of divine energy. With utmost grace, I adapt to the situation of my life. Those are all beautiful affirmations for the sacral chakra. And another one is, I welcome healthy change. As I said, one of the things that will throw your sacral chakra out of balance is being fearful of change in your life. So if you embrace and encourage and welcome healthy change in your life, you can shore up your sacral chakra, give it some more power, and clear out any restrictions and imbalances. So that's our great, beautiful orange chakra, our sacral chakra. So next we have our solar plexus chakra. Our solar plexus chakra is yellow, bright, sunshiny yellow, like a big old sunflower, or like the sun right up there in the sky. The element is fire, no surprise, since it's so yellow like the sun. So fire is the element. It's our sense of self, our establishing healthy boundaries, our willpower. It's our power center, our solar plexus chakra is. It's where we exercise our independence, our freedom, and our independence. Physically, things that are connected with our solar plexus chakra are our eyesight, our gallbladder, our stomach, our liver, our skin as an entire system. Our skin is the largest organ of our body, and our skin is connected with our solar plexus chakra. So if you are having skin issues on any part of your body, look to your solar plexus and clear that imbalance, clear that restriction in your solar plexus, and you can heal those skin issues that you have. And when people say, well, how do I clear an imbalance in a particular chakra? Bringing your awareness and your attention to it is the first step to clearing. And it's still saying I have low battery, and it's plugged in. So hold on just a second. I'm going to plug it a different way. All right. I don't know if that did it or not. I'm hoping it did, because it's plugged in there. So I'm hoping we don't lose everybody, and you don't lose me, and I lose you. Okay. So we were on our solar plexus. So our solar plexus, it affects our muscular system as well as our skin, and it's associated emotionally and spiritually with our self-esteem, our self-worth. And that's opening a whole can of worms, isn't it, when we talk about that? Because a lot of us have issues with that. So one clue that you might be imbalanced with your solar plexus chakra is that you procrastinate. Are you a procrastinator? If you're a procrastinator, maybe you're having some solar plexus issues. If you feel fatigued a lot, if you find yourself overeating, if you're having no enthusiasm, if you're feeling lethargic, if you just feel exhausted all the time, it might be solar plexus. If you a lot of times feel like you're a victim of circumstance, like life is happening to you rather than you living life, then, and I know y'all know people like that. Life just happens to them. They don't direct it in any way. They don't take responsibility for it in any way. Life just happens to them. Bad stuff happens to them all the time because that's what they're resonating with. That's what they're attracting back to themselves. That might be a sign that you're having some solar plexus issues and need to be doing some solar plexus work. So bring out that citrine, bring out that smoky topaz crystals, bring out those yellow crystals, man. Let's get that solar plexus energy cleared out. Amber, yellow sapphire, and then also another one that is for the solar plexus, but it's not yellow, it's malachite. It's a green stone, but it's also for the solar plexus. So I said rule of thumb, go with the colors, but not always. Sometimes there are other things that are outside of that rule of thumb. So solar plexus, it's our warrior energy. It is our warrior energy. It's our gut and brain connection. Our gut and brain connection is our solar plexus energy. It's our I am center. So get all up in that with your meditation. Who am I really? I have one, I do the meditations here at First Unity on Wednesday at noon, and if you search, you'll find that that's one. Who am I really? It's a solar plexus meditation. It's a whole meditation all about the solar plexus. So look that up if you're needing some solar plexus work. So one of the affirmations for the solar plexus is, my enthusiasm enables me to achieve great things. My enthusiasm enables me to achieve great things. I claim my personal power and accept responsibility for all areas of my life. That's a great solar plexus affirmation. My relationship with others is filled with courage, openness, and confidence. That's a good one to do with a mala. Yeah, courage, openness, and confidence. My healthy appetite for life's adventures enables me to face challenges with joy. My healthy appetite for life's adventures enables me to face life's challenges with joy. Awesome, isn't it? Yeah, that's our solar plexus. That big, bright yellow ball of energy right there below the center of our chest, right above our navel. Right there, big, bright yellow energy. And sometimes when you feel yourself having a restriction in your solar plexus, if you're feeling tired and lethargic, wear something yellow. Grab some yellow clothes and wear something yellow. It's a color we don't have in our wardrobe a lot. If you do, I applaud you, because most people don't have one thing that's yellow in their wardrobe, because somebody somewhere said people don't look good in yellow, but yeah, you do, and you look like you're vibrant when you're wearing yellow. So let's go on up to the heart chakra. The heart chakra, it's green, but my heart chakra, so my shirt's green. I'm wearing a heart chakra shirt today. I see mine green and pink. I see it green with little swirls of pink. So I like to see it like a rose quartz, which is a great crystal for the heart chakra. I see mine as a big ball of green with a little bit of pink running through it. The element for the heart is air. It's all about your love, your compassion, your kindness. That's your heart chakra. It's your joy. It's your devotion. What are you devoted to in life? What brings you joy in life? Are you being kind? Are you being compassionate? Not only to other people, but to yourself. So what does an energy restriction in our heart look like? Well, if you're being maybe over judgmental of other people or even of yourself. If you find yourself staying in grief over long, like maybe you've experienced a loss and you're holding on to that grief longer than is good for you. That you're not finding that you have any self-compassion. That you have a tightness in your shoulders. So shrug your shoulders up and then drop them down. Did you feel a big release when you did that? Then that might mean that you're holding some stress in your shoulders. And if you are, you might have a heart chakra restriction. You might have something causing energy not to flow freely through your heart chakra. If you have an inability to forgive somebody or something, situation, if you're just not feeling very forgiving, that could cause a restriction in your heart chakra. Maybe you find, or people describe you as being passive aggressive. That might mean that you have a little heart chakra issue going on. If you feel lonely and isolated, or people have ever said you're hard-hearted, or you know somebody who's hard-hearted, they probably have a heart chakra issue going on. And so if you have an imbalance or an energy restriction in your heart chakra and you just allow it to continue and you don't clear it, what could happen? You know, what areas of the body are your heart chakra taken care of? Well, it's taking care of your heart. It's taking care of your breath and your lungs. All that right there in the center of our chest. It's all of a lot of our vital organs in it. Our lungs and our heart, our breast, our blood and our oxygen systems and circulation, our circulatory system that circulates the blood and oxygen is all associated with our heart chakra. So it's super important to keep your heart chakra clear and balanced, because there's a lot of vital organs and a lot of vital systems that are connected to our heart chakra. So, you know, being kind to ourselves, showing that love and compassion to ourselves will help us to clear out an imbalance in our heart chakra. And so when we talk about what are some good affirmations for our heart chakra, you know, one of the best ones is, I forgive myself. Maybe your spouse, you had a disagreement and you were nasty, because we can be nasty sometimes to those we love the most, and maybe you were insensitive and hurtful on purpose, and you say, I forgive myself for that, because they probably already forgave you and you're holding on to it. So forgive yourself for that. I forgive myself, and I am grateful for the lesson that taught me. So the lesson that teaches you might be that you're going to handle that a different way in the future. That you're not going to be so quick to anger, that you're going to handle it with a little more compassion and understanding and find a different way of being. My heart is free of unnecessary burdens. You know, you'll find enough burdens. You don't need to pile on unnecessary burdens. You know, my grandmother always said, don't fret about the past and don't worry about the future. Live in the present moment, because the present moment is all you really have. So don't fret about what happened in the past, and don't worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. Live right now. Live right now, because it's what you have. So Another one is, I experience great joy and have great energy. My spirit is boundless and I am as free as air. Because we talked about air being the element of the heart chakra. So my spirit is boundless and I am as free as air. That is a good one for the heart chakra. So I'm looking at the time, so I'm going to move it right along. We're going with the throat chakra now. That's blue. You can see it in any color blue you want. Some people like a big bright blue, like a big bright royal blue. Some people like a Caribbean blue, like the Caribbean blue sea. Somebody like a turquoise blue, like a deeper turquoise, like a Native American turquoise blue. The freedom to choose is yours. You can choose the color blue you want your throat chakra to be. The throat chakra, the element is ether and space. It's all about our communication, our expression. It's all about our voice, using your voice, having a voice, and then expressing it, using it. So things that might be affected by throat chakra restriction is your thyroid, your jaw, maybe something like TMJ, your throat, your mouth in general, your neck and your esophagus, all that area that is your throat, your ears, and listening deeply, listening clearly and listening deeply, your teeth and gums. I also said your teeth were your root chakra, they are, and your teeth and gums are also your throat chakra. So if you find yourself prone to get laryngitis a lot, it might mean that you're not using your voice. You're not speaking your truth. You're not keeping your throat chakra clear and balanced. So you say, Reverend Kimberly, what's a clue that my throat chakra is imbalanced? Well, are you very shy? Are you very quiet? Do you have frequent sore throats? Do you find yourself clearing your throat like that a lot? Do you find yourself going, if you find yourself doing that a lot, you probably have an issue where you're restricting the energy flow through your throat. I tell people that one of the best examples that I can think of to tell them about energy restrictions in our chakra system is that when you have a restriction in your throat chakra, it can sometimes feel like a lump in your throat. Have you felt that before? A lump in your throat. It actually feels like you have like a ping pong ball stuck right there, doesn't it? It feels like you actually swallowed a ping pong ball. You know you didn't, but it feels like it. And it actually is a physical sensation that you physically feel like you have that ping pong ball stuck in your throat. Well, that is the energy being restricted, not allowed to flow through freely without restriction. So we've got to clear it. If you find yourself clenching your jaw and grinding your teeth, you know, I do that at night. I'm a clencher. My dentist does not like it. I cracked a tooth doing that. So I must have been going through a time where I was not speaking my truth or not speaking up or I was not expressing myself in the way I needed to. And I used to be very shy, but now I'm not shy anymore. But sometimes, but it's not an all-time thing. So sometimes when you have a throat restriction, you might find that you shout rather than speak because you feel like you're not being heard. So you have to shout all the time. And on the reverse, you could be timid. You could be very timid and afraid to speak. Both of those are indicative of an imbalance in your throat chakra. Maybe you gossip or you talk too much or you talk too little. Both of those are signs that you have an imbalance in your throat chakra. So let's keep that throat chakra clear and open. And one of the things you could do is maybe drink a soothing tea, drink some lemon water. That's a great thing for your throat chakra. And again, blueberries. What are other blue things? I know. Blueberries, any of the berries just about. Lemon water, See, it's not blue, but it's good for it anyway. Honey. Honey is good for your throat chakra. So, do you ever find yourself crying yourself to sleep? If you cry yourself to sleep, that could mean that you're not speaking your truth about something, and you're not expressing yourself to those that you need to, and you're allowing a restriction in your throat chakra. So a good affirmation for your throat chakra is, I always speak my truth. I always speak my truth. I walk my talk. That's a good one for your throat chakra too. My relationships are honest and straightforward. I communicate my feelings and emotions in a healthy way. I receive intuitive guidance and have the courage to act upon it. My creative instincts are sound and pure. So throat chakra. Our fifth chakra, our throat chakra. There you go. So now we're going to move up to our sixth chakra, our sixth sense, our third eye. Ooh, all of us have that innate ability to use our intuitive self, but we all don't listen to our intuition. Some of us don't trust it, or we're just afraid of it, but we all have it. We all have it innately. That means it's just there. You don't have to do anything to get it, but you can develop it. You can work with it and develop it and make it stronger. Our third eye is also about our dream work. Our dream, there's a way to fall asleep at night to be able to be more aware of your dreams and to use your dreams as a spiritual tool. And that's another class. So we'd love to get into our dreams, wouldn't we? So our sixth sense and our sixth chakra is also about balance. Balancing our creativity in the physical world, our visualization, keeping an open mind, and seeking the truth. Those are all things about our sixth chakra. When our sixth chakra isn't balanced, we struggle with a lack of creativity and feel cut off from our intuition and sometimes cut off from ourself. So it's all about our wisdom, our intuition, illumination. Yeah. So the things and the organs that might be affected by that would be our eyes, our brain, our pineal gland, our awareness. Pure energy and knowledge. That is our third eye chakra. So when we have a imbalance, we might have a lack of clarity. We might have a lack of intuition. We might have a lack of flexibility in our opinions. We might be a little stubborn and hard-headed, right up there in our third eye. We might suffer from headaches. You might suffer from nightmares. You might suffer from brain fog or a lack of inspiration. All those would be indicators that you might have an imbalance in your third eye. And so if you have an imbalance in your third eye, do a third eye opening meditation. And tomorrow is a new moon. Oh, that's a great time. It's the dark of the moon, meaning there's no moon visible in the sky. It's when the moon is new, brand new, and then it will start waxing to full. So that night is a wonderful, beautiful night to set new intentions, to have visualization. Visualize what you want to create in your life. What a great night to do that kind of work and that meditation tonight and tomorrow night. So work on that. That will help clear out any imbalance you might have in your third eye chakra. Work on your visualization. Visualize what you want to create in your life. what you want to create as your reality, what you want to manifest in your life. What a beautiful time to do that right now with the new moon and with your third eye. So with your third eye, your affirmations might be, my mind is strong, focused, and alert. So acknowledge that and affirm that and use that strong, focused, and alert mind to visualize what you want to bring into your life. Maybe it's something new. Maybe you're planting new seeds in this new moon. New seeds of something that's going to grow as the moon waxes to full. And then at the full moon, you'll see that idea come to fruition. With our third eye, a good affirmation is, I trust the inspiration of my higher self. I am self-disciplined and also sensitive to the needs of those around me. Third eye work is wonderful. It's dream work as well. And be watching, because there's going to be a new class on dreams and dream work. We're going to delve all into that. And that might be a Zoom class so that we can have more interaction. So just be watching for that. Be watching on our Facebook page and our website for that, because it'll be coming out, and we'll send out an e-news to everybody who's signed up for one of my classes to come to that, because it's going to be fun. It's going to be an exciting class. But that's all third eye work, sixth sense work, dream work. Ooh, yeah, the yoga of dreams. That's what Michel Pascal calls it, the yoga of dreams. Isn't that exciting? So dream work, it's a very inspiring and very motivating subject. We all like it, because there's a little bit of mystery in it. So now let's move on up to our crown chakra, because it's quarter till, and we're getting right up there. So our crown chakra, it's right up there at the top of our head, right there at your crown. It's violet, white, or gold. Either one of those colors will do. It's about your consciousness, your awareness, your connection to the divine, and your connection to higher wisdom, your connection to the collective consciousness. And it controls your nervous system, your pineal gland, your pituitary gland. So what is, if somebody said, what is one word with your crown chakra? I would say limitless. Limitless. Unlimited possibilities and unlimited opportunities. That's what your crown chakra is. It affects how you perceive and react to your surroundings. Your crown chakra does. If you have an imbalance in your crown chakra, you might experience headaches frequently, maybe migraines. You might have an inability to concentrate and focus. You might feel a little floaty, a little spacey. You like to have constant drama in your life. We all know those people, don't we? Call them drama queens. People that always have to have some drama. They can't see past that small circle that they are the center of. That means that you might have a crown chakra energy. Maybe you're not connected to source. Maybe you're disconnected. Something's happened that's disconnected you. But we can all cultivate that connection. We can cultivate that connection through meditation, with a gratitude journal. We can write out what you're grateful for, or even just do a small practice in the mirror in the morning while you're brushing your teeth. While you're brushing your teeth, that's a great thing. Say 10 things you're grateful for in the morning while you're brushing your teeth. That's your homework. So, what are affirmations that might be good for someone who's having issues or wanting to work with their crown chakra? I am surrounded and protected by divine light. I am ever walking in light. I feel myself growing stronger as I tune into the light. The light nourishes and sustains my entire being. So our crown chakra, it's all about that connection to Mother Earth, that connection to Father Sky, that connection to God and Goddess. It's our connection to that divine creator source. That connection to all that is. That is our crown chakra. So do that crown chakra work. And as you do your crown chakra work, all the rest will also fall in place too. So when we do a chakra balancing meditation, we go through. So you can Google. I've done some chakra balancing meditation I have on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook. You can Google it or go to YouTube and put that in there. Reverend Kimberley, or First Unity and chakra balancing meditation. You could do a aura cleansing meditation, but all of those are great work to do when you're trying to balance and clear restrictions and blockages in your chakra system, is to do that work, to do a chakra balancing meditation. And when we do that, we work with all the colors, and we see ourselves with all the colors of the rainbow. And when we're doing energy healing work, as we talked about at the beginning of the class, energy healing work is so exciting. There are so many different modalities, and you're just going to love just diving right in there and seeing what all there is to see. With sound healing, drums and gongs and crystal bowls and Tibetan brass bowls. I mean, it's all so wonderful and interesting to hear all those wonderful sounds. We have the vibrations and the frequencies. You have, with energy healing, you have colors, you have crystals, you have, oh, it's just amazing. There are plants and herbs. It's amazing, the world of energy medicine and energy healing. And I hope that tonight's class just gave you a little taste of it and gave you a little interest in it. And, I have a more in-depth energy healing and energy medicine classes. I do Reiki certification classes, level 1, level 2, level 3, and the master level. So if you're interested in that, you can always private message me and just watch on our website for when I'm going to be doing them. And if you're interested in having me do one sooner, if you don't see one, you can always message me and say, Reverend Kim, when are you going to do one of those? I'd like to have one of those. And sometimes that's the whole impetus of why I do a class, is the whole birth of this chakra series, where I'm doing one class each month on a different subject, was because during 1 week I had 3 people come up to me and say, I've heard about these chakras, but I'm not really sure what they're all about. And I said, oh, well, and we went into a little bit of it, and it happened like 3 times in a short amount of time. So I said, well, let's do a class. And I did a class, Chakras for Beginners. And then they said, oh, and I touched on crystals, and I touched on food, and I touched on parts of the body affected by chakras, and I touched on emotional body affected by chakras. And people said, oh, can you tell more about that? Can you tell more about that? And it was much more than we could do in one class. So I said, well, here's what I'll do. I'll do a different class each month, and each month it'll have a different subject. So tonight's class was chakras and energy healing. So I hope it gave you just enough information to let you know that we are all natural healers. We can all have the knowledge to heal ourselves. We all have it. We just need to get in touch with it, or in tune with it. And we just have to maybe have somebody lead us in that direction. If we're not confident about stepping into it on our own, we just need to be led in that direction a little bit, taught in that direction a little bit. So that's what I'm here for. And I'm happy to do any class. And if you have a special request for a class, don't hesitate to let me know. You can let me know right here in the comments, because although I can't keep up with them while we're going through the class, and I might verbally respond to a question or a query, I can't keep up with doing the class and then typing it out at the same time. But I do go back and look at all of them. So if you have a question or a comment, leave it and I will answer it for sure. And if you want to, you can send me an email at reverendkim@firstunity.org. And Reverend is spelled out REVEREND, Kim, Kim, at firstunity.org. Or crystalbed@firstunity.org. Either of those emails will get to me, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have and let you know when any kind of class is coming up. So if you said, when is that dream class coming up? When is a medicine bag coming up? When is